me some ice. Skin me a peach and save the fuzz for my pillow. Poach me a prawns, talk to me nice. You got to wine me and dine me. I'm getting hungry. Peel me a grape.
I'm Laura Bonicelli, and we are cooking with Italian style. It's not always fast, it's not always easy, and it's not always Italian. We use the freshest and finest ingredients that we can find and afford, and we not only savor the meals we make, we savor making them. That's cooking with Italian style. Today, I'm making 2 recipes featuring one of my favorite Minnesota, Wisconsin ingredients, maple syrup. Let's get cooking. I've assembled all my ingredients, here's my maple syrup, and I'm making roasted new potatoes with maple bacon dressing and a simple but yummy maple basil vinaigrette. I'm starting with prepping my potatoes. I'm just cutting these guys in half and throwing them into my pan. I had such a good time doing the demo at the farmer's market. I love going there on Saturday mornings, and it's really great when I get to actually cook at the same time with other people's food. It's so fun. They are open every day, and I think this year is their 75th anniversary. That is so cool. So these potatoes, you can just tell by cutting into them that they're really good, and they're going to be just wonderful because they're going to brown up, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I have a little trick for that. Almost done. And this is a pound of potatoes. Okay, we're going to take these and sprinkle them with a little salt. This is kosher salt, which I use for pretty much everything except for finishing. And this is freshly ground black pepper. That and a little good quality olive oil. And just coat that nicely. And I'm not measuring this. I'm just eyeballing it. And then I take my hands and I put them cut side down, and this is important because that cut side is going to brown and the rest of the potato is going to stay nice and tender. Just need a little something to wipe my hands with. There we go. Okay, now these are going to go into a preheated 400-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes until they're nice and brown and tender. Oh, now this is 4 slices of bacon, and I'm going to just cut this up and brown it so it's nice and crisp. And we're going to actually make our dressing right in the pan with the brown bacon because the oil of the dressing is actually the fat from the bacon. It goes so well with our sweet maple syrup. And we're going to finish this dish with some green onions so it'll have a nice crunch. Okay, put these on the plate. Now what I'm going to do is heat a skillet to medium-high heat and toss these in. And while my bacon is browning and my potatoes are roasting, we are going to make our vinaigrette. I really love making my own vinaigrettes and dressings. It is so simple, and this one is kind of sweet and kind of kicky because of the Dijon, and it's herby because it has the basil. It's just really, really good. So I'm starting with a cup of canola oil, and this is a 1/4 cup of cider vinegar, and then we have, let's see, 2 tablespoons of red onion. Drop that in. Let's see if we can get all of that in there. And a teaspoon of kosher salt. Just like that, and then again that kicky Dijon mustard. There we go. 1/4 cup of real maple syrup, and when I say real, it's because it comes from a maple tree. It's real. It's not corn syrup with flavoring in it. It's real maple syrup. And then we have a 1/4 cup of fresh basil, which is just going to make this great. I do all of this right in the Pyrex container, and I use a stick blender. It's so easy. There we go. And this would be great with just a simple green salad. And I'm going to blend it up, leaving some of the herbs not too chopped up, just because I like having a little bit of texture in the dressing. Okay, perfect. That's all there is to it. Now, we're going to check on our bacon and our potatoes. There's nothing like the sound of bacon sizzling and the smell of bacon frying. Yum. This is looking nice and crisp. I'm just going to remove this to a plate with some paper towels on it to drain, but I'm going to keep the bacon grease to use for my dressing. Now I'm adding in a couple of cloves of chopped garlic. Actually, it's a little more like minced garlic. And I'm just going to let this go for a couple of minutes, stirring it until it starts to brown. Actually, that only took about a minute. Now I'm turning off the heat. I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar, and a teaspoon of salt. I'll stir that around. And then my bacon goes back in. And that is it. Now we'll work on our potatoes and put this all together. I'm just stirring up my Maple Basil Vinaigrette, and I'm going to serve it over a simple green salad with some beautiful red tomatoes. Just gorgeous. Really excited about tasting this. Okay, and then for my potatoes, got my dressing right here. I'm going to use a spatula so I can get all of it into the pan. And I'm going to serve these right in the pan. Just right over like that. You know, one of the things that really makes this recipe is the cider vinegar. You could use a white wine vinegar, but the cider vinegar gives it this really great tang. Okay, I'm going to just stir those up like that. And I guarantee you, this dressing is so good that you are going to just want to lick the pan. It's so good. Okay, so we get them nice and coated, and you can see how nice and brown the potatoes turned out. I did not let you down on that one, did I? Okay, now the green onion. Really important to finish it with this. Just completes the dish perfectly. Okay. I have to taste one of these. All right. Come here. Okay, I want to get a piece of bacon in there as well. Mmm. So good. If you want this recipe and more, go to solobybonicelli.com and click on the recipe button. Thank you, Minneapolis Farmers Market and Park Boutique, for the fabulous wardrobe. I hope you enjoy cooking with Italian style. Buon appetito!